5 years ago, through our church, I started volunteering at Cambridge Elementary in Cocoa. And spending time with the kids and starting to ask them about their family, I realized not a lot of intact families that, I grew up with and I took for granted. And so I started thinking with these boys, what's a simple thing I can do? Well, I can teach them how to shake hands and tie a tie. Start with the basics. And so from that, I did my 5th graders. And so I went to the tennis club and started talking to a friend of mine who's a teacher at Stone. And he says, I love the idea. Can you come do it at our school? And before I knew what I was doing, I said yes. We have been in existence for about 4 years. We are a 501(c)(3). And come by the end of February, we will have poured into the lives of 6,000 young men.
My favorite thing about today was seeing the smile on those 7th graders' faces when they accomplished the task of tying that tie. Just the sense of accomplishment.
It's a simple gesture that can go a long way. I remember being taught how to tie a tie by my coach in the 7th grade. And to this day, I tie it the exact same way.
They're hungry. They're hungry for somebody to be an example for them, hungry for somebody just to be kind, to reach out to them, shake their hand, look them in the eye, and tell them that they're valued.
Well, we have an incredible group of community leaders. We have elected officials, school board members, active retired military, a variety of businessmen, doctors, lawyers, pastors. But the element we're missing that is so important is the dads of the sons themselves taking part. I think it would just do an incredible service to both the sons and the fathers when the sons come out here and they see their dad in front of all their classmates. They got to be in with a little bit of embarrassment, but pride. But then when the dads look at the sons, the responsibility will just be overwhelming to them. And I'd love to see that as the next step for us tied together getting volunteers. It's those father-son moments with two people that are not likely to be father and son. It's the two students teaching each other are precious. And then as they get together in a group or they're looking in a mirror at themselves and they're standing straighter and they have that smile, that self-confidence that they didn't have walking in. That is what I get.
They impact our lives also. We tend to think that we're helping, but to see them start over and how motivated they are in life, it continues to motivate us as adults.
It's important to give back and plug in. I think that above all, because a lot of them just were so glad to see me and so glad to be a part of what was going on and so thankful for this experience. And so I learned personally that I have to do things like this even more often than I already do.
So when they walk in, they come into the gym, we welcome them, we tell them who's there, what we're going to do, and teach the basics of being a gentleman, of tying a tie and shaking hands. And we teach the history of the handshake. And then we will tell them why we are here. And that is really important, that they understand why all these men have taken time out of their day to spend with them. When we first go into a school, we do the entire school. So no young man is left out. When we revisit a school, we take the incoming class and we teach them how to tie the tie and do the gentlemanly things and the life lessons. Then we take the outgoing class and we have an open forum. And that is whatever's on their mind. We go around, we introduce each other, introduce ourselves for about 30 seconds, just so they know the flavor of the people that are there. But then we'll answer any question that those boys happen to have on their mind. Because what other time do they have to ask a question in a non-threatening environment with no judging whatsoever?
We get emails afterwards. Usually they come to the principal forwards them to us. And we got this one email from this one mom. And she said, I woke up this morning and my son was tying a tie. And he'd been tying that tie all night long. And he said, Mom, it's Mother's Day and I did this for you. And that was a young man. And in the email she says, you know my son because he's in your office every day and every week for not good reasons. But you touched him that day. You touched him in a way I never could. He has no father figure in his life. And you showed him that he can step in a better direction. That's what it's all about.
you.